So we are good to go. That's to solve this question again. Uh, this time around, I want to use the divergent. So solution. Yeah, you see what I'm why? You see what I'm So let's see. We want to find the angle QOR, right? So we know that cos theta equals, oh sorry, A dot B will come first. A dot B, right, equal A B cos theta, right? Where A and B can be diverging or converging, right? In this case, any of them can be A or B. So let's say QO or OQ dot OR. And I said, as I said, I prefer the divergent. So OQ OR cos theta. So now we have to find the vectors OQ and OR. So this one becomes what? OQ becomes 4 2 automatically because it becomes Q minus O dot R minus O. Right, the opposition vectors. Are you okay? Then we continue with OQ cos theta. Mind you, are finding the angle, so you want to make cos theta the subject. Q minus O becomes 4 2 because it's a position vector dot 6 what? Negative 2. Then we find out the magnitude. So root of, let's find the magnitude of 4 2. 4 square plus 2 square. That gives you 2 root 5. So 2 root 5 times the magnitude of 6 negative 2. Root of 6 square plus negative 2 square. 2 root 2 root 10. So 2 root 10 cos theta. Then we want to make theta the subject, right? So let's do the dot product of these ones. The dot product of these ones. So times 6 is 24. 24 plus 2 times 2 is negative 4. It goes to, well, yeah, 2 root 5 times 2 root 10 becomes 4 root something something. 2 root 5 times 2 root 10. 20 root 2. So 20 root 2 cos theta. When we simplify this, we are getting what? 20 cos 20 root 2 cos. Divide both sides by 20. Right? It becomes 20, well, 20 root 2, sorry. Cos theta. So this cancels. We get 1 over root 2 theta. So cos inverse of what? 1 over root 2 becomes the value of the angle theta. So let's punch it as cos inverse 1 over 2. Very good. So theta equals 5 degrees. Therefore, Angle QOR equals 55 degrees. I mean, okay. So you see that addition, as yesterday I was struggling to solve it. I was tired. You see, when the man is tired, yeah. But today I've solved it easily. Uh, I was tired and I couldn't solve a certain question. Uh, that's my phone. I'm supposed to share the link on the. Phone. Embo hit. After the Scalar man. Yeah, maybe I'm not. Okay, let's continue. So now you've gotten the concept of solving angles, right? Let's see if we can solve much more difficult questions. Let me Windows shift first. So in a way, you see that we are solving every example over there. So that by the time I give you some examples, I don't know why the keyboard is not responding. Let me move downwards. Yes, I do see me move your head in. For the move at the struggle. Let's turn them around. I think this is better, right? Street crown on my head. Okay, let's solve this one. This A is what? 3, negative 4, right? B is 6, 4. Find the angle between the two vectors correct to the nearest degree. So you can just Draw two lines. Right, theta is here. Diverge. This is B. This is A. Right, so A dot B equals what? AB equals what? Cos theta. What is A? 3 negative 4. 6, 4. Then let's find the distance. It's 3 square plus 4 square. 5, right? 99. Mm, 5. Let's go and multiply the other one. 6 square plus 4 square. Let's do the dot product. This time this time this, then you add. 3 times 6, which is 18, right? Plus negative 4 times 4. 10 root 13. Also, I'm not sure how. You know, the OB window now. 18 minus 16. 18 minus 16. Cos 10 root 13. Cos 2. And so now we find the cos inverse of everything. So what will be the answer? Cos inverse of. Let's go and check if we're on the right path. Yes, 87 degrees. Okay, that's fine. So I hope you are getting it. You continue. Okay. What example do we have? After this one, I think uh, we have this one too to solve. Okay, let's do one of these ones. I don't know if there's another question at the top. Yeah, remember me so that I will send you the PDF of the notes. Okay. Okay. The movie, yeah. That's why. So this A is what? 2 negative 3. B is 6 1. C is negative 4. The vertex of a triangle. So if you draw a triangle, right? Let's arrange them in a ABC form, clockwise or anti-clockwise. So 2 negative 3, 6 1, then negative 4. Calculate the nearest angle ABC. So where's ABC? ABC. It's over here. Okay. Calculate to the nearest degree ABC and deduce the area of the triangle. Do you remember the area of a triangle? The formulas I taught you. There are three techniques. The first one is what? The Heron's formula. But there are three formulas. The first one is what? Half base height. The second one is physics, AB sine theta, where the angle lies between A and B. Then the third one is what? The Heron's formula. S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, where S is the sum of A, B, and C all over what? 2. These are the three formulas. Whenever you are asked to find the area of a triangle, use this ones, any of them conveniently. Okay, it depends on the circumstances. So let's find the angle first. So we find the angle. Let's let these vectors diverge. Right. Let me align the diverging vector. So in this case, BA and what? BC. So BA dot BC is equal to BA BC cos theta. Hello, right? So find me the distances and let's see. I'm coming, I'm coming. Hmm. So now come again. Let's write the vectors. So what will I write here? No, it's always the new minus old. This is the old, this is the new. So it's new minus old. Uh, a moment. Somebody is joining. Let me add them. Why is that the link is slow like that? Alex, let's see. It's always the new minus O. So you have A slur or logology minus B, right? When you solve that one finish, then you dot product it. The new minus O, C minus B, right? Then this one becomes BA. Okay, we don't even know the BA, so let's find the BA first. So BA becomes A minus B, so 2 negative 3 minus B, which is what, 6, 1. When you finish solving this one, then we solve the other one too. C is negative 4, 2 minus B, 6, 1. So when you subtract, you are getting negative 4, negative 4. This part. Negative 10, 1. Right? Let's do the dot product. And we can continue with the other one. 4 square, negative 4 square plus negative 4 square for the magnitudes times negative 10 square plus 1 square cos theta. So this gives you negative positive 40. Dot product. This and this will multiply. This and this will multiply. After that, you add all of them. So negative 40 plus negative equal to, let's go to our calculator and pick root of 4 square plus 4 square. 4 root 2 and the 10 square. Root of 10 square. Whether it's negative or positive, it will give you the same answer. Negative 10 square plus 1 square. Or root 100. Hey, I said root 101. So this gives you negative 36 itself. 36. So let's 4 root 2 times 4 root 2 times root 101. 4 root 202. So 36 over 4 root 202 cos theta. 4 over 1, 4 over 9. So 9 over root 202 cos theta becomes cos inverse of what? 9 over root 202 cos theta. So this one, let's rationalize it first, or it will rationalize it by itself. Let me see. Cos inverse of 9 over 50.7. Let's see if we rationalize it, what will you get? 202. So that's use 202 come if you get the same answer. So 50.7 degrees. But with degrees you can with angles you can approximate to the nearest one now, so 51 degrees. Therefore angle A B C is 51 degrees. Let's go and check if you are on the right path. Yes, 51 degrees. Get it? I hope you get it. Now it says deduce the area of the what? Triangle correct to two significant figures. So if you want to find the area of a triangle, over here we have angles. Right? Let's put the listings there. The vectors there. Over here, the vector BA, B to A is negative 4, 4. Negative 4, negative 4. And this one, negative 10, 1. Are we okay? So area of triangle is going to be, in this case, this is the diagram. Negative 4, negative 4. And this one is negative 10, 1. So area equals half A B sine what? Theta. In terms of magnitude though, Because we are dealing with distances. So the magnitudes are 4 root 2. So half 4 root 2 times root 101 sine. The theta is, don't use the 51, use the 50.7. Otherwise, it will approximate your answer. Are we okay? So let's write it on the calculator. Hey, sorry, this is half times. So this 2 cancel this 2, giving you 2 root 2. That's the write everything. Half times 4 root 2 times root 101 sine 50.7. 21.9 degrees. Hey, 21.99 unit square. Whether it's centimeters or meters. So approximately, I say to two significant figures. Let's go and check the decimal places. They said to two significant figures. So we want only two significant figures. So we'll approximate the ones at the back so that we see only two digits, two whole numbers. So 22 units squared. Yes. They have 44. We made a mistake somewhere. 4, 4. Wait, magnitude of 4, 4. Let's see. 4 negative 4. 4 square. That's 4 square. 4 root 2. What did we do wrong? BA. They have root of 32. What is root of 32? It's the same as 4 root 2. Half root of 15. So I don't know why I'm getting the answer wrong. Half AB sin theta or BA sin theta. Half, let's do it again. 4 root 2 times root 101 times sine 7 all over 2. 21.99. What? Yes. But even if you do that, right, should still give you the same answer. Let's see root 32. The same answer. So I think they are wrong on their side. Because if I take this one and I punch it on the calculator, half, I'm using their own, no? Half times is 32. Brackets. 101. 50.7. Same thing. So this is a wrong typographical error. Okay, please, do you understand? Those who just joined. Alexander Siedu. Alex. Anaonio. Let's continue. Yeah, you can take a screenshot. I'm looking for the screenshot. I just think I got to cry. Down on my head, I'm thanking you. Shabadam, bam, bam, dun, 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 dun. Okay, so let's have the other ones. Yeah. Okay, so try this one on your own. Let me see. I'll give you about 5 minutes. This express is a triangle, right? Triangle. A, triangle one, B, equal one, C, one negative two. So it says that E is a point on AB such that A to E is one third of E to B, right? It's like a ratio. So A to E is one third. So it's actually we move three. From here to here will be E. You understand? Or three times of AE. It will give you EB. So that's it. So we is one third, one third, one third. So this is so express AB, AC, and CE as column vectors. So just write AB, B minus A, AC, C minus A, CE, E minus C. If I don't know E, then you use the property here. This property to break it down. Do it and let me see. Let me time you. Timer. Look at time. Look at time. Remember, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Timer. 5 minutes. To start work. Shabam pam 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 pararira. Do 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 chitri do chitri. Oh yeah, that send it to me on WhatsApp though. Come on, you can't just some. Time up, time up. Where we? Are you done? That was okay. Bro, you finished? Yeah, you finished. No, wait, wait, then. Yes, I'm back. Okay. Okay, okay. I'm looking at your work. I mean, yeah, yeah, for different. The question or the solution? I'm zooming it. Okay. Charlie, you have to increase your handwriting, the font size. So, okay, so you drew the diagram. It says express AE, no AB as column vector. So AB is B minus A. My brother, you have to be careful. Anything if you make a mistake here, everything is gone. Right here. I always tell you it's B minus A. It's new minus old. New minus old. If you have a vector, old and new, it's always new minus old. The thing is, but everything is scattered. So why I don't even look. I don't even have to look at the rest. Everything is scattered. It's only the C minus A that you got correct. This one. And also add the slur. Write the slur under it. Mm? Otherwise, it's just a scalar quantity. Mm? If you're writing it this way, you have to add a slur under it so that they become vectors. So this one there is gone. 3AE is this. No. It's, so now, what have you done? You've expressed. Just write A, B, A, C, and CE as column vectors. So the AB, you had it wrong, but CA. AC, that's B minus A. So C is what? 1 negative 2 minus A, 3 1. And you get negative 2 negative 3. Now I'm correct. Then CE. So what is CE? That's why you drew the diagram. CE. Now when you draw the diagram, C to E in this direction, right? It's the same as C to A plus A to E. Mm? C to E. The same as A to C to A plus A to E. So that's how you're supposed to write it. If they want you to write what, C as a column vector, pass from C, go to A, add A to what, E. Very simple. But what you are doing in there, okay, now you say AE is one third EB. So CA, EA, which is what, A minus what, C. You multiply which one? Uh-huh. By 3. Yes, if you are multiplying, for what purpose are you multiplying? I'm just asking you. For what purpose are you multiplying? But you don't want, they are not asking you to find EB. They say find AB, AC, and CE. So if you're finding EB, EB is not going to do anything in the question. Or you want to pass through EB and come to A. You want to pass through EB. You want to use this method. CE equals CB plus uh, BE. Do you want to use this approach? If you want to use this approach, then you can use BE. Fine. So if you pass here, this is the angle. Here to here. You are going here, so you pass here first, then you come and pass here. So is that the direction that we are using? Then you have to draw the direction too in your diagram. Because according to the diagram you drew, I don't get it. If you are using this direction, then you start CB. What is CB? B minus what? C. And you find those two vectors. Negative 1, 9 minus C. 1, negative 2. Then you add it to what? BE. But we know that BE is what? BE. It's going to be negative of that one is too long because you are going to pass through a negative direction because they gave you direction, a straight direction here. A to E is 1/3 of E to B. So you saw a lot of things, but they are not necessary. Mhm. And this is how you people lose marks in exams, you know. Because ɛmfa ho koraa na atasa. So right for the only thing you get correct is this thing that you wrote here. Apart from everything is offline. Look at how I'm solving it. Look at how I'm solving it. Take a cue. The other boy, are you taking taking notes? Alexander, I hope you're also taking notes of what we are doing. We'll do more of the examples. Mama, sorry, mama, sir. A B is B minus A. New and old. So new minus old. So now, what is B? B is negative 1, 9. What is A? 1. Let me do this that. This one is saying. So this one, AB eventually becomes what? Negative 4, 8. Are we okay? So we found AB. Now A is going to be what? C minus A. Eh? Gynocry friend is saying somewhere. New minus what? Your control minus new. It's a change. Every time, anytime you see change, it's the new element minus the old element. What is C? C is 1, negative 2. What is A? 3, 1. When so plus negative 4, negative 3. Sorry, negative 4. So rather negative 2, negative 3. Okay. Yes, you mentioned my name. Are you saying something? Oh, this one. So now we found what? AB. We found AC. Now let's go and find C. And why money no C? C. What to be C? E minus C. Right? Now we don't even know E. Right? But we can use another approach to get CE. If you're using the vector diagram, whereby I pass through CA and you come and put the E back. Okay, let me see if you really got the E. Yes, I'm bringing it back. So I don't know why the diagram is not coming. It's big. Okay, okay, I get your point. The magnitude. So you found E. Okay, so now what is your E? What's the value of your E? Okay, we can solve it from here. This becomes A. Is it 9? 12. Then you multiply by 1 over 4. Giving you 2, 3. Okay, okay. So now this is the value of E. You're going to put the E inside that uh, E. Let me go and take the second genes. Maybe I was judging you too quickly. Oh, I'm doing the image is here. I'm back with, okay, I think because you may be right because of the listing, the magnitudes. Okay, so now E is E minus C and 5. Okay, okay, okay. Now I understand it now. Okay, you may be correct. You may be right. Let's go and check. So from the solution, C is 1 5. Did you get 1 5? Okay, 1 5, correct. And what? AB 4 negative 4 8 negative 4 8. Hey, that one there. How did you get it? Okay, you made a mistake over here. Okay, so it's correct. Just made a mistake over here. It's actually B minus A. Okay, okay. Why are they? Why are they? I judged you too early. Now the second one says we should find what? AC. Use the dot product to calculate the angle AC. And the angle AC is 22 degrees. Let's see what we have. 22.3. Okay, so you are right. So use the magnitude to find the value of the E. Okay, okay, I get you now. But the magnitude there. Hmm, okay, okay. In a way, you are correct. But when we are dealing with magnitude, we are dealing with distances. That's why I was skeptical over there. I'll see if I can go through something like that. Hello. Okay, okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I have to pick something in town. Okay, let me see if I can also use a different technique. I found this, so I want to find E, right? What I know for sure is that, let me use the space I have over here. I can move plenty distance to the right. So. Okay, I want to find the point E. Let me see. Let me see. I know that AE is one third EB. I know that CE plus, let me say, to get to CE, I can pass through what? EA what? AE. If following. Now, I know that my CA is A minus, so A minus what? C, right? Which is what? 3 1 minus 1 negative 2 plus AE. But the A, from the listen, the A is one third of EB, right? It's one third of what? EB, right? So now let's simplify it. 3 minus 1 is what? 2. And 1 minus negative 2 becomes 3 because of the negative negative. Plus one third of EB. Now what is EB? EB, that's where your thing will come inside. Your distance something will come inside. So AE is one third of EB. So can we say that AE is AB over 3? One third of AB. Let's see. I'm just thinking out loud. If you say AE, the distance here is only one third of EB. E is a point on AB, such that the distance from A to E. I think that there's something wrong with the question. But if I think it should have been AB. Let me go and look at the solution. A is one third of EB. B minus E. Okay, I think you are right. That's the only approach you can use. The ban is metro one third of B minus E, right? I know B. Now I don't even know here is CE. I don't even know the value of CE. So the only thing is that I can do here E minus T equals 2, 3, 2, 3, not 2 but 3. Then make E the subject plus one third B. What is B? Negative 1, 9 minus E. Let's take it as if E is any value xy. Then come and put the xy here. Xy plus C. C is 1 negative 2 equals 2, 3 plus one third. Very long. Then negative 1 over 3, 3 minus x over 3, y over 3. Now group like this. Group this and this together. xy plus x over 3 y over 3. And move this ones to the rest. When you simplify them, I think your approach is right. Your approach is right. Initially, I didn't see the thing faster earlier. The magnitude is the magnitude that makes the difference. So I do immediately and better. So let's move on. Yes, let's do this one. Because we're very they come in what's a lot. So it says the vectors P and Q are such that the magnitude of P, hello, from your class is here, which my text me on WhatsApp. Uh, actually, okay. Yeah, so now this is 5 centimeters. Now they've given you centimeters. So this distance is NQ is 12 centimeters, right? Then P plus Q is root of what? 229. Find the angle between P and Q, right? And we said that in vectors, if you want to find an angle, they should be diverging or converging, right? So this could be P, this could be Q. The angle is here. Now, whenever they bring this addition here, it means we are dealing with resultant vector. Exactly. When the resultant vector comes in pair, it means there's going to be another vector right from here to this place, right? Such a way that we are going to draw a parallel line to the P. So a line parallel to P, right? So this is also P, and another line parallel to Q. It forms a parallelogram. Now the angle here on the parallelogram is the same angle over here outside the parallelogram. Are we okay? Then we are going to append their distances. So this one is 5. Distance from here to here becomes what? And the P plus Q becomes root of what? 299. Are we okay? Very good. Now they want us to find the angle between P and Q, right? We can't find this angle, but we can find this angle if we put an angle K here. You can find the value of K and use angles on a straight line equals 180 to find theta. Because there's, yeah, yes, it may or may not, but if you don't draw the diagram, you can't get your answer correct. Now, whenever they bring this P plus some an addition of the two vectors, You have to use this approach. I'm going to go through again. They've given you these three elements, right? And they said find the angle between what P and Q. The first thing you need to draw is to draw the two angles. The, say the two angles, the two lines. So I draw one here, I draw one here, right? This is the direction of Q, direction of P. But the distance, the magnitude is the distance. This is the angle between the two vectors. You know that's when you're doing angles, you use the magnitude. Now, P plus Q, you have to introduce another diagonal line from here. Connect this, right? And also bring a line that is parallel, right, to P and Q. So you form a parallelogram. So this vector also becomes other one to here becomes the same as what Q. Up to this level, are we okay? Are we okay? Hello. Now the P plus Q. What's a P plus Q? A line with red line. Because when you add this Q distance to this P distance, you come and reach at the same destination here. So that's why this becomes P plus. So that becomes what root of 299. Now the magnitude of this is 5 and the magnitude of this is what? 12. Now this angle is the same as the angle here, parallelogram. The angles are equal. Property of parallelogram. Very okay. But if I'm able to find K, the angle here, and I subtract it from 180, I'll get the angle between P and Q. Are you okay? Hello? Can I continue? Okay. So over here, now the diagram has changed to become something like a parallelogram. So we are going to use the cosine rule. I don't know if how many of you have uh, ever used the cosine rule before. This is theta, and this is k. Then this distance is 12, and this distance is 5, and this distance is root of 299. If I'm able to find k, I'll use angles on a straight line, sum up to 180. And I'll make theta the same. Maybe if k is 20 or something, then 180 minus 20 become what? 160. Then the value of theta is known. The theta is the angle between A and B. You are supposed to find theta, not k. But the k will help you find the theta because of the location of the placement of the k. Are we okay? So when you are using cosine rule, you use cosine rule only when you have two angles, two sides given, and an angle between them. I repeat, we use cosine rule when you are given two sides and an angle between them to find a third side, or you are given three sides to find the unknown angle, right? Like a woman in labor, when she's pushing, these are the legs. If you raise up your legs, the baby will come out. The baby forms the angle here. Have you so all the time we have sine rule and we have cosine rule. The sine rule, we use the sine rule when you have an angle given. This one is given, one is also given. At the unknown angle is an unknown side with a known angle given. This is for sine rule. Sine rule is like Mr. and Mrs. couple. This one takes this one, and they are all given. They are all known. And when one of the other partners, one of them is unknown, maybe an angle aside, one of them is unknown, then use the word sine rule. In this case, because we have two sides given and an angle between them, to find with a third side also given. You can have a situation whereby they'll give you the angle here to be like this angle here. They'll give you this side, they'll give you this side, and you'll be asked to find the unknown third side. Or another situation whereby they'll give you the third side, but the angle is unknown. So whenever you see that two sides are given and an angle between one of them, that's where we use the cosine rule. So the cosine rule is just like the Pythagoras theorem, but there's more to it. So over here, if I'm using Pythagoras theorem, what do you think I'll write? What's the longest side over here? So root 299 square is equal to Pythagoras theorem, continue. 12 squared plus 5 squared. Very good. But when we are using cosine rule, we use Pythagoras theorem only for right angle triangle. Right? Only for right angle triangle where the angle is 90 degrees. There's one angle of 90 degrees. But in this case, we are going to subtract minus 2 times the product of the other smaller size or the product of the other ones cos theta. This one we are not using theta, we are using k, right? Because k is the angle between 12 and what 5. Are you okay? Should I go over again? This is this one alone is just like Pythagoras theorem, right? But if I bring the minus, it means I'm going to cosine rule. So minus 2 times of the 12 and the 5. So 12 and what 5. Then cos the angle between 12 and 5. Are we okay? Hello. So another idea of cosine rule. If I give you 60 here, and I give you 12, 13, 5, or 15, right? And maybe they say, let me put theta here. I use the cosine rule. The first thing I write is that the angle opposite to the listing, 12 squared equals 13 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times of 13 times 15 cos theta. A moment. Hello. Yeah, but the online class, I'm from Somalia. You can be back 1 hour. Make a gym, procedure, my way. No matter. So wait here. Okay, Martin. Thank you. Now another situation. What if I put the angle here? Maybe the angle is alpha, and I want to use the cosine rule. You see, the alpha is facing the 13, right? So I write 13 squared equals 15 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times this and this. 15 times 13 cos what? Alpha. If I put an angle here, maybe gamma, and I want to find gamma, Fabio gamma, I'll take the one opposite to the what? The gamma, which is 15 squared equals what? Say it, let me write. Hey, are you guys following? So if I write 15 squared, what will I write again? Hello? Are you following what I'm doing? You are lost. Let's second. Eh? So I'm saying if I want to find this one, how will I do it? The y, this angle. Uh, Very good. Are we okay? Then depending on what you are finding, sometimes they'll give you this one is to find this one, and they can change it, but you have to know the identity that depending on where the solution or the diagram will fall, this and this is what you do. So in our yes, yeah. I'm using this diagram. Okay. Write it and send it to me on WhatsApp. Let me see. Write it clearly. Oh. Okay, so let's simplify this. 2 cancels the root. So 299 equals 144 plus 144 plus 25 minus 240, no, 120, because 2 times 5 is 10. 10, 12, 120. Oh, 120 cos k. 299 equals, this and this is 9. That's 69 minus 120 cos k. So 120 cos k equals 169 minus 299. Want to get this cos k, 169 minus 299, negative 130. 130 over 120. What's the inverse of 30 over 12? Math error. No, it seems we are doing something wrong somewhere. I don't know. Let me go look at their solution. For them, they use 180 minus theta directly. I mean, I don't like using that technique. It changes the cosine rule. I don't know if I wrote something wrong. Give me somewhere. Or let me check. The P is 5. Q is 12. Root 299 squared was 12 squared plus 5 squared minus 2. So calculator can't solve. Let me see. Let me subtract this one rather. Let me do it properly better. 2 times 12 times 5, right? Gives you 120. So if I move the 120 to the other side, 120 cos k cos 144 plus 25 minus 299. So cos inverse of bracket into the fraction there. 144 plus 25 minus 299 all over. The math error. No, there's something wrong somewhere. Um, or you say I'm tired, that's why I'm not getting the answer correct. I, yeah, their technique there. Immediately you bring the 120, it will change the what? The right? It will change the negative over here to become. That's what that's what I don't want to. Yes, you said, and you spend the little. Listen, you know how to turn it around. Mucho pitana, mucho respect. Coach, that's it's right. No, no, this one it won't work. No, the reason why it won't work because the K is not 90. There's no angle of 90 degrees there. Unless it is 90 degrees before you can use that method. This method should work. I don't know why it's giving me issues. If I bring the K as a cos 180 minus theta, because on that line, this is 180. If here's 180 minus theta, and here's theta, when you add them, 180 minus theta plus theta gives you what? 180. So they are trying to say, find this, make this one a tablet. So let's call it a day. I'll go and make research on it and find it out. Probably today. I think so. So tomorrow, this will be the first question that we'll solve. Okay. Okay. So you take care. You're welcome.